Hey everyone, it's Jazz, and welcome back to the channel. For those of you who are new, my name is Jasmine, aka Jazz, and I am a 27-year-old single mom to a very beautiful, rambunctious 1-year-old daughter named Alicia. And on this channel, you will see cash envelope stuffings, budget breakdowns, savings challenges, and all that stuff related to personal finance. So thank you so much for stopping by, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. Today we'll begin the series that I am creating in regards to my emergency fund and me tracking and saving up to complete my emergency fund of 3 to 6 months worth of expenses. So if you have not heard of Dave Ramsey, he is a well-known financial guru or genius, I guess, however you want to call him. And he is known for the 7 baby steps. So the first baby step out of the 7 is to save $1,000 for your starter emergency fund. The second baby step is to pay off all your debt except your mortgage. The third one is to save 3 to 6 months of your emergency fund or get it fully funded. The fourth step is to save 15% for your retirement. The fifth baby step is to save up college for your children. The sixth baby step is to pay off your house. And then the last one is to build wealth and give generously. So those are the 7 baby steps that he is known for. And so following those steps, I've already completed baby step 1, which is $1,000 for your emergency fund. And I've recently completed baby step 2, which was paying off all my debt. I paid off my car back in April, so I am debt free. So I am technically on baby step 3, which is fully funding my emergency fund. So that's what I am here today with you guys for. So before I get into all of my numbers and how much I'm saving and how I'm saving what, I want to get into what an emergency fund is and why you should have one. So an emergency fund is basically in short, it's a large sum of money, depending upon how much you want it to be, that covers you in case of an emergency. So if your car breaks down, or if you lose your job, or if you have to move, or if you have a death of a loved one in the family, or some random emergency pops up, then you have money to go into to use for that emergency. So that's what an emergency fund is. Why you should have one is because emergencies always happen. Life happens. As we grow and do this thing called life, things pop up. You know, you get a flat tire, or your car breaks down, or you do have a loved one pass and you have to pay to travel for the funeral or help with the funds for the funeral, or you do lose your job, or as we all know, a pandemic happens. So it is always good to have an emergency fund, and I do believe that everyone should have one. Now, how much really varies. I feel like it depends on the person and their situation and what all they have going on in their life. Now, that's why you should have one, but let's get into my emergency fund specifically. So my goal amount for my emergency fund for it to be fully funded is $6,000. And if I'm being honest with you guys, the number just came to me recently. It was a higher number, but when I started thinking about how long it would take for me to save that number and everything, I didn't want to be saving for a long period of time for this account when I know I want to hit other goals that are really dire to me, I guess, if that makes sense. Also, I live at home with family, so I don't have to have a higher number per se. Of course, you know, if things change within my living circumstances, I will add to it in the future. But for now, I feel like this number is going to work for me. And I am happy with that because I do want to do other things financially besides just saving for my emergency fund. So that is my goal number, $6,000. So now that I have my goal number, I want to basically break down how I plan to save for that. So I haven't shared this in my previous cash stuffing videos, but I have been saving for my emergency fund since April. So I paid off my car April 1st, and then I had my paycheck for April at the end of the month. And so that paycheck, that same month, I added money to my savings for my emergency fund and everything. So I basically created this little like tracker and everything, and I just divided it up by $200 because it's easier to put on a little sheet like this for one, but also because how much I've been saving every month for my emergency fund is $400. So I've been saving $400 every month, I want to say since April, for my emergency fund. So that's really, really good. And that's also why I picked the number 200, because then I can just do it twice every month for my savings account. Also, I want to say that I'm about, if I'm being honest, I'm a little more than halfway there as far as completing my emergency fund, just because I have been saving for the longest time. And I apologize, I did not create it sooner, but I was just so caught up in my head about how I wanted it to be aesthetically and the name and all this stuff, and I just put it off. But I have been saving for my emergency fund the whole meanwhile. I will share with you guys how much I have saved. So I have two sources of where my money is located. I have it in my bank account, and I also have cash money on me. Not on me, but in my safe, in my room and everything. So what I have cash is $1,800. And that how I got that number was $1,200 of the $1,800 is from my first stimulus check that I never touched. I saved it. And then the next $400 was money that my granddad owed me. I loaned him out money and everything. And then the last $200 was what was left from my Christmas bonus that I got last year from my job. So I never touched it. I just kept it. And so that's how I have the $1,800 for my cash savings. So then, or the other remainder of money that I do have in my savings account, and that money that I have in my savings account as of today, and I'll put a picture here, is $2,600 and some change. So that's how much I have for my emergency fund. So grand total, I have $4,400 for my emergency. So today I'm going to color in how much I have. That way we all know where everything is as far as my tracker goes. So I know you may be wondering, okay, so you have your goal and your amount and everything, but how do I calculate for me? So that's a great question. So how you can calculate how much you would need for your emergency fund is by just adding your expenses. When it comes to creating or getting your number, like I have mine, there are two thought processes. So Dave Ramsey always says on the first thought that you should only have what you need, like bare essentials. So like, your rent or your mortgage, light bill, water, gas, food and everything. So like basically your four walls, what you need to survive. No extras, no subscriptions, no going out, no eating out, just what you need to live day by day. That's the first thought when it comes to saving or creating your amount for what you need for emergency fund. The second thought, and this is a relatively new one, is basically saving up your whole month's worth of living. So we're talking all your rent, food, eating out, even your subscriptions, even gifts that you give, whatever the case may be. That's another thought of how to get to your amount. So it really depends on you. For me, this is like my bare bones. So if I was to do 1 month bare bones, I would cover me. I calculated it. I think that would get me 2 or 3 months, just bare essentials for me and my child, which is great. So however much it costs you to live per month, you need to get that amount and then multiply it by either 3 or 6, or you can do 4 months or 5 months. It's up to you, really. So if it costs you $1,500 to live every month, then you multiply 15 times 3, and that'll get you your amount of $4,500. Or you can do and that's bare essentials, right? If you want to go ahead and do like a whole month's check worth of living, so let's say you have $3,000 that you spend every month for everything that you want and then some, then you multiply that by 3. So 3 times 3,000 is $9,000. So it really varies when it comes to how much you want to save for your emergency fund. And so that for me was the hardest part, was trying to figure out how much I want to save and the exact number. So once I got the number, everything else for me just flew by easily. So let's go ahead and color in my tracker. Every month I put $400 towards my account. So I'll always shade this in twice every month. And right now I am just shading in how much I have total. So total I have $4,400 for my emergency fund. So that's 400, 800, that's 1,200, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. There we go. So that's 1,000.
That's 3,000. And I'm sorry for the shakiness of the camera. And then
so I told you guys I am more than halfway done with my emergency fund, which is really awesome. And I cannot wait to be done with this savings goal that I'm going for. But even though I am telling you guys late with this savings goal, I will actually be doing like a mini emergency fund and then like a little like oh crap fund as well, just so I have multiple buffers and not just this main one. And I got that idea from Oh My Fro Budgets, or Baddies and Budgets on her Instagram, where I was watching one of her videos, and like she has like multiple emergency funds. So she has like her main one, then she has one that's oh sugar honey iced tea, and then she has another one. And so I love that idea of her of having like different, I guess, barriers, as I call them, different barriers with your emergency fund, not just having the one and everything. So, and especially being a single mom, I like that sense of security where I have just an extra added cushion, a buffer when it comes to emergency. So the goal right now is to get this to 6, and then I want to do a month ahead fund of $3,000, and then I want to do a oh crap fund of $1,500. So I think grand total that would be, I want to say $10,500 for all the funds together, but we'll see how that goes and everything. But for now, this is the main focus, is getting this up to my grand total of $6,000. So I hope you guys really enjoyed the video. Comment down below what your if you're working on your emergency fund, and if so, what is your amount that you're trying to reach. And so thank you guys so much for watching the video. I really appreciate it, and I will see you guys next one. Until next time, bye.